Thank you for watching this. Mike Burris here, spiritmusicmeetups.org. We're in the ternary rhythms, and we're looking at this swing time or swung time. It's swung because it's not 1 and 2 and it's swung out 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's not 1 and 2 and anymore. It's turned into triplets. 1 E, 2 E, artificial. You've put 3 notes in the place of 2. Or you can think of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now those are 3. You're counting those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 3 instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and. Those are groups of 2. So I have created charts so that you can explore every single rhythm. Now drummers can use these charts to play snare drums. Play all these rhythms on the snare drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So you got this triplet feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can do 6/8 time, 2/4 time with artificial triplets. 1 E, 2 E, and so we can talk about that. Drummers can also play these charts, these rhythms, as fills around the drum kit. So you can play a beat 1 and 2, 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E, and then play 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E, 1, and you can play that around the drum kit as a drum fill. And I didn't put this in here, but you can put it in a beat. 1 E, 2 E, 3 4 E, 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E, 1. I didn't take my hand off the timekeeper, but I played the rhythm in the middle of the beat, so it kind of gave it a little spice. It's kind of broke up the beat, but I kept my hands on the timekeeper. You know, it says drummers can play them as crashes with a bass drum underneath it. These rhythms are good for ensemble. That means ensemble crashes with the bass drum under it as a figure. That means a key rhythm. That's under the notation section, figures. And so you can actually add setups to these figures. Those are extra things. We can throw them in. And so we can go 1 E, 2 E, 3. That might be da, 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 da. That might be the figure, and I put that on a crash. Ta, 1 E, 2 3. 1 E, 2 3. So I counted triplets or whatever, some 3-note thing, and I put that on in crashes. And then I can go 1 2 3 3. I could add something in front of each other, or 2 3 3. I could lead up to those things with some kind of setup, a setup fill. But the rhythm was played as a figure, the basses. Now the drum set drummers can play them as accents on one hand as rim shots or rim clicks, right? Okay? Or as crashes with a timekeeper plus the bass underneath it, and while filling in the other subdivisions on the snare as ghost notes. Okay, so in other words, 1 E, 2 3 could be 1 E, 2 E, 3. So I'm filling in 1 2 3, 1 2 3. I'm filling in all the missing counts with ghost notes over here on the left hand. But I use that as crashes or on the timekeeper. So I'm playing that on the timekeeper, and that could be as a really cool beat, a linear beat. So I'm playing that as a beat, or I can be playing that as accents. You know, accents back on the drum. So those become accents in some cool thing I'm doing back here on the drum. Or, you know, I can go 1 E, 2 E, 2 E, 4 E, 1. So I'm making this my beat, right? And I'm filling in 1 E, 2 E, 2 E, 4 E, 1 E, 2 E, 2 E, 4 E, 1. So my left hand is actually the part, and I'm filling in with the other hand. It's really cool. Drummers can keep 1 to 3 limbs going, playing a time-keeping ostinato. 1 E, 2 E, 3 E. I'll put, you know, 3 limbs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E, 2 E, 2 E, 4 E, 1 E, 2. So I can make 1 E. So that's just 2 limbs, and I can make this the chart that we're reading. 1 E, 2 E, 1 E, 1 E, 2 E, 2 E, 1 E, 2 E, 2 E, 1 E, 2 E. So I'm reading the part, the melody, with my left hand. I could read the part with my right foot. I could read it with anything. Okay, so keeping the other parts going as some kind of time-keeping ostinato, and read the other part on one of my limbs. The bass drum is common, the left hand is common. Sometimes you can read it on the left foot. I mean, it's crazy, but drummers can play one, you can do call and response, a whole measure with left hand playing, and then a whole measure with the right foot. So, you know, 1 E, 2 E, up, E, up, E, up. You know, so 1, 2 E, up. I'll just do 4 times, 1 measure, 2 counts. 1 E, 2 E, up, 1 E, 2 E, up, 1 E, 2 E, up, 1 E, 2 E, up. Now that was the same rhythm, call and response, like an echo. But this could be 1 measure, you know, 1 line of rhythm. This could be a totally different line of rhythm, right? So you're reading 2 different lines of rhythm, call and response. Or call on the leg and response with the left hand. But you can keep an ostinato timekeeper going. 1 E, 2 E. So I read something different down here than this, but I kept the timekeeper. I keep the left foot timekeeping with this, you know, so you can have as many timekeepers as you want, and then do a call and response. You can do that for a whole measure, or you can split half a measure here and then half a measure here. 1 2 E, 3 4 E, 1, right? Keeping time going. 1 2 E, 3 E, 4 E, 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E. So I'm call and response, a half a measure each. You can call in the count 1, 1 E, 2 E, 2 E, E, up. So I called in count 1, responded in count 2, where whatever is in the counting table, I'm just taking whatever's in the 1 slot, playing over here, whatever's in the 2 slot over here, and you can see the slots in the counting tables. And just doing 1 count, call and response, back and forth. It's really cool. So that's what all that's about. And then I've created this for 2 counts in the measure. Quarter note gets the count. So it'd be 1 E, 2 E. Just easier to do. Then 3 counts in the measure. Right? Quarter note gets count. 1, 2, 3. It's a waltz. Then you can go 4 counts in the measure. And there's a bunch there. And there's some documents on how to use these charts. And that's very helpful. So that'll give you more ideas on how to use those charts. And some documents on 5/4 time, and 6/4 time, and 7/4 time. Now I kept all these in quarter note gets the count so that my charts can just be 1 E, 2 E. That would be the triplet, 8th note triplets. Artificial notation, right? Just like the charts above, the pictures show. If the quarter note gets the count, 1 E is artificial. I'd have to have a 3 above it, but I'm going to count it 1 E, 2 E. I know some of my documents, there's a document here about how to count tuplets. I counted at 1 D ta, 2 D ta. But I think for these charts, it's easier just to say one E. No, the E and the are pretty close to one E and a. So I'm just going to go with that, one E, two E. I know in that tuplet counting PDF file, how to count tuplets, I went with an idea called 1DT. And that worked out counting other types of tuplets, 5s and 7s and that kind of thing. So, you know, if you have some ideas, put them down in the comments of how to make all these work. So I didn't count them like if you say 3/8 time, 3/8 time, well, that's 3/8 notes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I mean, you can. I didn't create charts for 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but you can view it as 1 E. But I don't have a 1/4, so I don't have a 1/4 time, a 1/4 meter, 1 E. But it's just, you know, 1 E or 1 E E. So I think you might see that in there. But I have 2/4, 1 E, 2 E. Well, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you want to learn how to play 6/8 time, just do 2/4. Look at the 2/4 chart, 1 E, 2 E, and just think of it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know it's still 6 notes, so that should help. I just don't have anything here for 3/8 time. Right? 3/8 time. 1, 2, 3. That's how you count 3/8 time. 1, 2, 3. So, but you could think of it. You can maybe think of 3/4 time, and just think of 1, 2, 3. Look at all the counts. The first chart, 1, 2, 3, in 3/4 time is all the possible counts of 3 counts. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Just looking at the numbers, 1, 2, 3. That would be like 3/8 time. So I think actually all the charts have that. But 3/4 time is 1, 2, 3. And every possibility, that's 3/8 time. 1, 2, 3. 3/4 time, 1, 2, 3. So you can, maybe I'll put that 3/4 time or 3/8 time. The problem is you can't use any of the other charts. It's just 1, 2, or 3. You can't think of 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, because now you're subdividing every single count into 3 more parts, and that's not what 3/8 time is. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, I probably totally confused you. It's easier to do it on the whiteboard. We'll do a lot of videos, but this is just an introduction, okay? God bless you.